Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Very welcome to Chaitanya Studio of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. I, Professor Amit Suthar from Department of Computer Science, would like to introduce the content regarding cybersecurity. So, today we are going to discuss of various password cracking tool, or we can say brute force tools. So firstly, these are the outline for today's session: learning objectives, introduction, password cracking, and brute force tools. Among them, actually there are so many tools available for password cracking in the market. Among them, I would like to discuss here John the Ripper, L0 PST crack, password dump, PW dump, THC Hydra. So, after studying this unit, students should be able to crack the password using tools and penetration into the system. Also, he or she can perform the usage of brute force tools, and through that tools they can crack the password of various programs. In this block is focused to discuss password and user account exploitation is one of the largest issue in network security. As we know that password is the first or entry point, or we can say it's a security point where legitimate application or website can enter through this authentication. Whether it is used in web application or in normal authentication mode also, Windows authentication, form authentication, or several zip file are password protected. Okay, through that tools, brute force tools, we can crack that particular password. So in this section, we will look at password cracking, basically the how and why of it. We will look at just how easy it is to penetrate a network, or how attackers get in website or web application, or some legitimate tools, the tools they use, and ways to combat it. So again, I would like to here inform you that this video tutorial is only for the education purpose. It is sole responsibility of you guys if you are performing such kind of activity on without prior permission. If you are doing such kind of activity, might be possible you will get the punished. So it's under the cyber crime. But we would like to inform you that it is just of education purpose only, how to crack the password. In general, so basically password cracking and brute force tools. In general, an attacker has two choices when trying to ascertain a password: obtain a copy of that plain text password, or its encrypted hash and then use brute force tools to guess what password produced the hash. So firstly, I would like to share with you what is the meaning of brute force. Basically, uh, we have such kind of list of password which are very well known. For example, whenever the developer or coder is going to build a particular website or web application or program, they are giving such kind of username and password like admin as a username and password again they are providing as admin or simple password. So it is guessable entry, we can say, and it is very easy to crack such kind of password or very easy to penetrate the website. So there are so many well-known password list are there, and through that combination of characters or password list, such kind of softwares uses to crack the password. They all are known as brute force tools. So target a login prompt and try to guess a password. Password cracking is an old technique that is successfully mostly because humans are not very good random sequence generator. As we know that, again I would like to say that always we are providing simple or easy password. For example, if you are a normal user, then might be possible you are giving your name as a username. That is possible. But at the same time, you are not worry about the password, and you will simply provide the ABC123, yeah, ABC@123 like that. So as line suggests that humans are not very good random sequence generator. So it is possible, very easy, guessable. A brute force technique is a trial and error method used by application programs to decode encrypted data such as password or DES, data encryption standard keys, through exhaustive effort using brute force rather than employing intellectual strategies. So brute force are the technique actually, and through the combination of various characters they are matching with the guessable password. John the Ripper is the tool, brute force tool, which helps to crack the password. So it is pre-installed if you are using a Kali Linux operating system. John the Ripper is one of the speedy password cracker presently for many non-operating systems like Windows, Unix, Mac, etc. As I said earlier, it is pre-installed in Kali Linux, John the Ripper. Basically, its main objective is to discover weak password in operating system. So, through the JTR we can say in short, John the Ripper, we are discover the weak password if operating system it have, like in configuration file or system file. Then John the Ripper will find out and discover if it is a weak password. What do you mean by weak password? Weak password, as I said, that ABC 123 or abc@123. So we can say it's a one kind of a example of a weak password. Then what about a strong password? So basically there are combination of alphanumeric, then after there is usage of special symbol, then after the password length should be minimum 8 to 9 characters, that is minimum length, and maximum is depends on you. So through the combination of letters, numerals, special character, we can create the strong password. Now in John the Reaper tool, it auto detects the encryption on the hashed data. Generally the password is in encrypted form. So this tool will help us to get the hash data and compare it against a large plain text file which contains a several list of password or well-known password, we can say. So it against a large plain text file that contains popular password, hashing each password, and then stopping it when it finds a match. So possibly through the plain text file, it convert into hashing, and if it is in encrypted form, then it will convert into hashing, then that hashing is match. If it match, then stop to find and provide the original password. So in John the Reaper tool, it also include its own word list of common password for 20 plus languages. Actually, more than 20 languages can be supported in JTR tool. This word list provide John the Reaper with thousands of possible passwords from which it can generate the corresponding hash value to make a high value guess of the target password. And through that combination, we can achieve our password. Since most people choose easy to remember password like ABC123, ABC@123, sometimes it is very easy to guess the password. Like whenever the developer or programmer is going to build a web application or some softwares, they are providing easy to remember the password like admin, and then after they are deploying that particular website or software, and at the last pen tester or attacker can easily guess the username as well as password. So for the admin panel, I would like to suggest never give the admin username as in your admin panel. Provide some like admin, then after your matching name or matching application name. So the pen tester or attacker cannot get directly the username as an admin. And always provide the strong password. So most of the people choose easy to remember password. It is often very effective even with its out of the box word list of password. What is the John the Ripper used for actually? It is a primarily password cracker used during pen testing exercises that can help IT staff spot the weak password and poor password policies. Actually, the students or learner or some IT people, those who are perform the or test their application or software using weak password, then John the Ripper will help us for the checking whether the given password is weak or not, or poor password or not, we can say. So if developer or programmer provide or manager provide the weak password, and through the JTR we can found that it is in very weak or very poor, then it will suggest us don't provide such kind of poor password. So our software or web application can be saved from the attacker or hacker. List of encryption technologies in it like Unix script, traditional DES base, FreeBSD MD5 based Linux and Cisco, Kerberos AFS, Windows LMDES, data encryption standard base, DES base trip codes, and so many standards or encryption technologies is used in JTR tool. So how to download the JTR, John the Ripper tool? Actually, it is pre-installed in Kali Linux. As I said earlier, it is an open source project. So you can download and compile the source on your own and download the executable binaries or find it as part of a pen testing package. So here is the URL. You can find the JTR tool as well as so many tools available in this openworld.com. Through this URL, you will be able to download the John the Ripper tool. John the Ripper is available on Kali Linux as a part of their password cracking meta packages. So through that you are able to download and install the JTR tool. Now how to crack a password? So after installing a JTR, John the Rippers, the primary mode to crack the password are single crack mode, word list mode, and incremental. The single crack mode is the fastest and best mode if you have a full password file to crack. That means if we have a simple or very basic kind of password, then using single crack mode we can easily get the original password, or we can get the password from full password file to crack. The second mode is the word list mode. Word list mode compare the hash to a non-list of potential password matches. So in word list mode, basically there are non-password hashes, and through that hashes the John the Ripper tool will crack the password. So there are list of passwords available in word list mode, which are very famous password. And the last one is the incremental mode. The incremental mode is the most powerful and possibly won't complete. Why? Because this is your classic brute force mode, actually, that tries every possible character combination until you have a possible result. So it is going to incremental and again checking each and every character hashes and find out the possible match. So the incremental mode takes much more time to crack a password. How to crack the password using JTR tool? We can see that in terminal we have to provide the john.exe, or we can simply enter the john, then provide the password file. So the easiest way to try cracking a password is to let JTR go through a series of common cracking mode, which is single, word list and incremental. This command below tells it to try simple mode. If we are not providing any kind of parameter, then it is always in simple mode. So as you see in the screen, there is no parameter and it is in simple mode. john.exe and provide the password file. So then the default word list containing likely password and then incremental mode. So you can also download different word list. Actually, there are so many word list available in the website, and through that word list we can also provide that word list as a plain text file. It might be possible it contains hash value as well as normal plain text password also, and through that combination or through that list, the second mode of JTR, that is word list, can crack or match the password. So this is the second mode in JTR cracking password. So you can download different word list from the internet and you can create your own new word list. If you would like to create your own list, then you can. If you would like to modify that word list, then you can. And possibly your guessable password you can enter in that particular file, word list file. So as in the command line, here we are providing the password file with parameter, and the parameter is word list. So here we are providing the word list as a parameter, and also we have to provide that file as a word list.txt, whatever name is there, and through the word list we can crack the password. Then after, there is an incremental mode. So if you want to specify a cracking mode, use the exact parameter for the mode. If we are not providing any kind of parameter, then it is by default selected as a simple, or we can say single mode. That is first one. So in highlighted screen you can see The first one is the john.exe dash dash single password file, which again goes to the single mode of the JTR tool. Then after, there is a second command line tool, is command line john.exe dash incremental password file. So it is actually the original brute force command. In that, each and every character in combination and finds the match. So it takes much more time to crack the password if we are using it in incremental mode. So these are the various tools or various modes available in JTR tool. So when you want to see the list of password that you have cracked, use the dash show parameter, and through that parameter we can get the password whatever has been cracked by the JTR tool. So I would like to conclude over here for this session. Thank you very much.
स्वाध्यायः परमः